Can you see Marco by the way? Marco, say hello. So today, today life, I have something to share with you. Yesterday was my last day seeing my van. It's all finished in the storage and cover, and get ready for the winter. And I couldn't help but hi, Steel Matthews. I couldn't help but really hi, G Wall. I really, really, really miss my van already. Like, oh, I don't know, I feel really sad. Um, I'm very well, thank you, Steel. Hi, James. Hi, Maury. So I feel like I already really miss my van, and so today I want to share on this live 10 reasons why I really love the van life. Um, and that's the reason why I'm really missing my van at the moment. Well, missing my van life at the moment. So, the number one thing that I really love about van life is, especially this is for when I live in the city. I don't have to drive in traffic. It's like I can. I always find places that I can stay very close to work, and I can just like wake up and 5 minutes and I'm already there at work. I don't have to drive in traffic at all. Like for the past like 2 years living in Vancouver, I barely ever drive in traffic, so that saved me a lot of commuting time. Um, and it's just so convenient because I can actually have more sleep without having to worry when I'm gonna be late for work. So that's the advantage of living in a van. And number one thing is save traveling time, because like whenever I travel, I just pick a destination, right? Like where I go, and I just go to that place. Back then in the city, I love driving at night because there's so much less traffic at night. So it saved me a lot of time traveling. Like for instance, like whenever I go to, if I want to go to Squamish or Whistler, or if I want to go to, especially to the islands, to like, I would take, if my job finished like on Friday afternoon, I would take the ferry like Friday night. I would just drive through the city at night, and I would just go to my destination at night, and then I would have like a whole day the next day to explore and do whatever I want. So because I already have a place to sleep, so I don't have um, to find a place when I get to the destination. So it's a huge advantage. I just love the convenience of being able to save so much traveling time whenever I want to go somewhere to explore. So that's number one. Number two things that I love about van life. And number three, I always have Marco with me wherever I go. Like I don't feel like I have to leave him so far away from me because he always stay in the van. Um, yes, Canada is very beautiful. It's amazing here. So like for instance, if I go to work, high industry tours. So if I go, so very good for you. You come for the first time. So whenever I go, like even if I go explore or I go to restaurants or I go to work, Marco is always very close to me. Like I just need to walk back to the van and he's there. But now, like yesterday, when I had to go and take care of the van and stuff, like he would have to stay at home for 5 hours, and it made me feel really uneasy to leave Marco for a long period of time in an apartment because um, we haven't done that for like really long, and I just feel like having him closer to me, I feel a lot safer and easier knowing that it would just take me like 5-10 minutes walk and I'm already there, like by his side. But now it's like if he stay in an apartment, like I would have to drive for like a really long time, or if I have to worry about getting stuck in traffic and stuff like that. So I love the convenience of having Marco being close to me all the time, and that's the another advantage of van life. Like having a pet is living the van life, because they always get to be close to you. So number four, being close to nature and having a lot of solitude. Hi, Big Dave. So because I love nature, right? So whenever I go park at night, I like I explained before, I always park close to a park in the city. It's normally a dog park. So Marco get to like run around in the morning. I know he's very spoiled. It's often at a dog park or by anywhere by the water. So when I get to wake up by nature, like being close to nature, is a lot of solitude, is a lot of peace, um, and that's is probably the number one thing that I miss the most about van life right now, having so much nature around me. So number five, hi Ludes. You love nature too, yeah. Everyone does love nature. So having number five, having my own place and privacy, and having the alone time is so critical for me. Um, I because it feels like I don't have to share space with anyone. Like I have everything for myself and I do whatever I want. So it feels good to have a little bit of me, like the expression of me through the van as well, because I owned it. Hi Jim Woods. So because I owned it, and it's like there's a lot of uh, nuances, if you will, of me in the van. So it feels very comfortable for me, and I just really love having that privacy, like just for myself, and like having that own space just for myself, and it just feel really um, it just make me feel so comfortable that's just my own space. Yes, you should definitely put Canada on your list. It is amazing here, especially through the Rocky Mountains. Um, and BC is like it's everywhere is beautiful in BC, and the west side of Alberta, where Banff and Jasper is. Like from there to BC, everywhere is amazing. Everywhere is just so beautiful. Number six, explore and travel. Hi, Danya. So because I have the van, and because with the van life, I was able to explore and travel as much as I want. Sometimes, like I just go on the map, I just go on Google Map, and I'm just like, that area looks pretty interesting, and I just check it out, like on the reviews in the areas, and I'm like, maybe like next week I'm just gonna go and sleep there, and I would just have my time and explore the area. Yes, BC is the best. In terms of nature and beauty, BC is the best. So it's that's another convenience of living in the van, because I get to fully explore um, to the high extent of my curiosity of traveling, because I just have too much flexibility. If I'm curious about the area, if I feel like I want to check this place out, I just go and do it. Like it just gives me like so much flexibility, and I feel like it satisfies my curiosity for traveling. It gives me that convenience to do it whenever I want. And number seven, this one is really big, is about saving money because a lot of people go live in a van because they want to save money on rent, right? Um, but what I find is that it's also depend on how you live as well. You may be able to save money on rent, but for me, I travel a lot, so I do have to pay quite a bit money on gas. So it turns out it doesn't save me that much money, but it does save money on rent. And like having something of my own, um, my privacy and having Marco and other advantages, it's just so much more worth it to me, like living the van life. And so that's high van nomadic. So that's another advantage, but I use that saving for for traveling. So for because of gas and food, and because the more I go explore places, the more I spend my money on gas and food. And number eight, um, this is what my channel is all about because living the van life has pushed me to grow. Um, uh, Thank you for sharing that, James. So it pushed me to grow and to be more authentic with myself and to get to know myself better because I just live by myself. It's like having my own space and I get to express myself through that little space and I get to spend so much time alone with myself and going to like so many um, places in nature, like having nobody bother me really, like just having a lot of quiet time. And so that helped me to grow as a person because it pushed me to be more reflective, um, and just to have that downtime for myself. I I have already traveled a lot in USA, Zen, so I know the country like back and forth. I have done 3 road trips in the US across the country. So, number nine, it pushed me to be more creative with problem solving. So, this is like another aspect of growth as well because there's just so many uncertainties that you may encounter living the van life. So definitely you have to be like I think I mentioned it in my previous life that you need to learn how to embrace the unknown, and from there like it helps you to be more patient, to to have like a clear mind in order to problem solve anything that you may be facing with the van life. And because of these challenges and these uncertainties that I encounter, it pushed me to be more creative with my with problem solving along the way. So it really helps you to be more creative as a person. Even if you and when I say creative, it doesn't just mean like through art. Like you can be creative in many different ways. Doesn't You don't have to be an artist to be creative. Like you can just be creative like in a way um, that you solve a problem, or I don't know, so many things like to be creative about, right? Um, and so that has helped me to be more creative, living this lifestyle. And maybe that's the reason why I'm able to express this more through my photography as well. Like the more I go into nature, the more I feel that inspiration to express myself and to express art the way that I see it and the way that I feel it as well. So it definitely helped me to be um, a much more like to explore my creative side. So that's the best way to put it, like to explore my creative side because of my background. It's all about being technical, um, because I was in a technical field, being an engineer and being a researcher. So living this lifestyle is like it's helped me to be so much more in touch with myself and to be more creative as a person. So that's very important for me. It's my growing process. And number 10, the last one, is to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And because there's so many unknown on the road, especially if you travel a lot as a van lifer, because I love traveling. For I know that many other van lifers just stay at one spot in the city because they get used to the area, so it's more predictable as well. But when you travel on the road, there can be a lot of unpredictability and uncertainties as well. So yes, it definitely helped me to get out of my comfort zone in so many different ways. Um, and that pushed me to be more comfortable with what makes me uncomfortable. So it's kind of like building that strength and that growth. Um, yeah, I would put like number 9 and number 10 is like under the umbrella of number 8. So it pushed me to grow in different way, to be more authentic, to be more creative, and to be more comfortable with what makes me uncomfortable, because that helps me to build up my mentality to face whatever challenges that may throw into my life, because I know it's uncomfortable. And so that is fine, because I've done that. I've been there. I know that I have overcome these challenges that make me feel uncomfortable, and so I know that I can overcome more challenges that may throw my way. And so that's the growth for van life for you. So that is the 10 reasons why I love about van life. I know there are more, um, but these are the most 10 essentials that I can think of right now, why I love the van life so much. And so hopefully that will give you some more insight and inspiration about this lifestyle if you have been curious about it or thinking about it. So that's more insight for you. Hopefully that is helpful. And thank you so much for joining me on this live. Hopefully you will have the good rest of the week. Thank you everyone. Have a good night. Bye.